Welcome back to Bennystake. I'm your girl Benny, and listen, I'm bringing you yet on my couch again. We're in the studio, we're recording. I'm on my Zoom. I'm doing the things because I'm on my Zoom. Somebody was like, I'm treating y'all like a side piece. I done came on here a couple weeks ago, asked y'all not to treat me like a side piece by subscribing, which by the way, you should subscribe. And then I done turned around and treated y'all like a side piece. Y'all only see me late in the midnight hour. Y'all only see me once in a while, a little something on the side. Like, that ain't right. I'm not trying to treat y'all like a side piece because y'all are the main. Y'all are the main. And I can understand the frustration because on every other platform, I be there. I be seeing my face like, every which way I'm there. But when it comes to YouTube, it's once in a while. It's late in the midnight hour. It's a what you doing text at 2 a.m. at night. And we all know nothing godly be happening late in the midnight hour. So I understand y'all frustration, but please, I promise y'all YouTube is hard, okay? YouTube is hard, and someday I'm going to share. It's just a lot going on. It's a lot going on for the kid. I am doing my best. I'm giving it my best. Not making an excuse. I'm doing my best. So we're going to get back on the Zoom. We're going to get back on the things and do what we need to do for the people of God. If you haven't yet, please make our relationship official. Go ahead and subscribe. We've reached 12,000 subscribers, and I'm so grateful. My goal is to reach 50,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and I got to do my share, and I'm on my Zoom. You know what I'm saying? I'm on my Zoom. I've been doing my best to at least give one video a week. I know I promise y'all too. So I'm going to get on my Zoom and do what I need to do. The docket is full. The docket is full. We got a lot to talk about. So subscribe. Make this official. I'm not a side piece. You're not my side piece. Let's come together. Okay? It's not giving with elope. It's giving, this is the commitment for real, for real. I do. Do you? Do you take me to be your content creator on YouTube? Okay? Till the content runs out. Do you take me to subscribe on my channel as your lawfully content creator, storyteller, okay, professional yapper? Do you take me? If you do, go ahead and hit the subscribe. Turn on the notification bell so you always know when I upload. Make this official. I'm officially going to get on my Zoom and do what I got to do. So I apologize for not giving y'all the 2 videos that I've been promised the people of God, but extend me grace. It's a lot going on. I promise y'all it's a lot going on. Your girl is tired. It's a lot going on. So definitely subscribe. We on the Zoom. We on the Zoom. Today we're going to do a Pop the Balloon episode 55, okay? I've seen a couple clips floating around and I have a few thoughts. So definitely subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you always know when I upload. And let's just go ahead and get into it, okay? So for this review of Pop the Balloon, we're going to be watching episode 55. I haven't been keeping up with the show as much as I used to. Like, I used to watch this religiously every week. Like I said, life has been busy. But I did see a couple clips floating around. And lo and behold, it's a dude that I've been seeing on this channel at least a couple times, right? And Arlette, I love you, okay? You is a Black woman and I love you. And I love all the work that you've been doing. I love that you've created something beautiful. I love that you've created something that's allowing us to have conversations. I love that you've literally just put a camera, because I've never been on the, I've never been on the we do not like Arlette or we do not like Pop the Balloon train, because the views speak for themselves. The views speak for themselves, and Arlette, all she does is point the mic, and all she and her husband do is put a camera to the behaviors that y'all be having for real on these here, society, right? Like, she just turned on her mic, got on her Zoom, put on her microphone, okay? And then decided to just like essentially highlight what is already happening. So I've never been the girl to fault Arlette for this show, because again, y'all are trashy. She just has the camera though, okay? Her brain, creative, okay? They've created something and they've literally just like highlighted what the dating world looks like right now. All the dookie, okay? All the mucus and all of the pee that's inside the dating pool. All she's done is pull her camera out and pull out her microphone and capture what y'all be doing, okay? She's not responsible for y'all mess, but she's just captured what y'all be doing. However, comma period or let, I'm looking at you sideways a little bit. You and the production team down there at the BM production, you and the production team, you and the people that be selecting these guests to come on here, you and all the people that be selecting the people of God that's gonna air on each episode. I'm looking at y'all sideways because again, this man that we gonna watch, it's been one too many examples of him talking cash crazy at women. It's been one too many examples of him talking at the side of his mouth to women, and yet and still, y'all be inviting him back. And I'm like, why? It ain't the shortage of views. It really is not. You cannot convince me the show is struggling and you need that level of drama. The show is doing well. Every video y'all drop be reaching 1.5 million, which is it's not a joke. Okay, the fact that you guys were able to even land a deal with Netflix, that's not a joke. That means the show is successful. The show is bringing in the numbers, and you do not need this nothing and a half of a man coming and terrorizing the women of God time and time again. I haven't watched a whole lot of it, but I've seen the clips. People have been tagging me on the clips, and I'm just kind of like, the show is not struggling. Does this man have to keep coming on? Must this man come on this show multiple times? Comment down below and let me know. That I'm not with. It's a lot of people that are entertaining. It's a lot of other random people that you guys can bring on the show that's going to bring a little bit more, think pieces, a little bit more talking. It doesn't have to be this same man who's proven himself to be disrespectful and condescending to women over and over again. It don't got to be him. It don't got to. But let's go ahead and watch the episode. Maybe the things were edited wrong. Maybe some things were said that I did not see on the clips that I'm being tagged in, on the clips that's floating around the internet, okay?
Hello, welcome in. What's your name?
Brian,
Brian, how old are you?
41.
And what do you do?
I'm an aircraft mechanic.
All right. Now, what are some things you like to do for fun?
I like to go to lounges. I like to read. I like to write. I got a book out, The Perfect Match. I'm sure everybody know that already.
You is 41, and the things that you do for fun is going to lounges. You is 41, and the things you like to do is going to lounge. That's the first thing that came out of your mouth. And what you do for a living, aircraft mechanic, and here author. And the title of the book gonna be Perfect Match. What have you matched perfectly? You is 41. And I heard what he said. I'm sure people know this already because you've been on my screen one too many times. One too many times on my screen and on the screen of the people of God. Why? You got your book called The Perfect Match. What did you match? Let alone perfectly. Is it your outfit? You know what I'm saying? Like, is it your eyebrows? Because you know, them be hard to match. You know what I'm saying? Like, eyebrows gonna always be, long lost cousins. Sometimes they're gonna be siblings. They don't even be identical twins. Okay? They don't ever be identical twins. So what exactly you be matching? Let alone perfectly. That's the first thing we got to figure out. This man has a book called The Perfect Match. What is he matching perfect? Is it a foundation match? Does he got his undertone right? Like, what exactly is he matching, let alone perfectly? Okay? Because perfect matches, that's for foundation. You got to get your undertone right. You know what I'm saying? You got your olive undertone, you got to figure that out. You got your cool undertone, you got to figure that out. It's written in the book. The matches that he's finding perfectly are leads. Why is this man and his perfect match on my screen and on the screen of the people of God for the third or fourth time? Why? You guys should be explaining that to me at this point, because I got to ask y'all, why is this man on my screen? Perfect match. What is he matching perfectly? That he don't pop the balloon 3 times and he ain't found him a perfect match. Why is he back on my screen? Arlette, why? Immediately the girlie started popping. Why? Because this guy, every time he's been on here, he done said some things. Every time. Every time. He is known for terrorizing the women of God. He's known for terrorizing the people of God on the screen and at home. If he had found somebody 3 times, let's calculate. If you're going to be one with the earth, okay, if you're going to be down to earth like me, all right, let's keep it a bug. I'm the last person to talk. All right, I am very down to earth. And I married somebody very down to earth. We see eye to eye on a lot of things. Well, not eye to eye, like it's a couple inches, right? But if you're going to be down to earth just like me, and then be an author of a book called The Perfect Match, all right? Explain to me how you is on pop the balloon or find love 3 times, okay? Solve for the sense. Carry the 3 times. Okay? Carry the 3 times that he been on my screen. 3 or more times. Carry that over. Why is this man on my screen, Arlette? Okay? Solve for the why. Find the why. Okay? Find your why in life and then find the why as to why this man is on my screen as my hair keeps shedding. Just, Arlette, why is this man on my screen? 3 times? And he the author of Perfect Match? What is he matching perfectly? Eyo se ka buzoba ka el nyonso, chaque ka buzoba. Ofungoli ka TV we buzoba, olamuki we buzoba, eyo se ka buzoba. Toko lako, boni boy.
I like to have a good time. That's it.
All right. And what do you look for in a woman?
Class, grace, ladylike, God-fearing woman,
Okay.
stuff like that.
Nice. And what are some deal breakers?
And make sure I get this right.
Please do.
Multiple baby daddies.
Okay.
Can't do that. If you have multiple children, I can, as long as you're from one guy.
And when we are asking for the things that we want, we got to be able to exude the things that we want. Okay? You are looking for style. You ain't got no style. You are looking for grace and no grace. Grace is sufficient, but not for you. Okay? For you, it's insufficient grace. Even the heavens done ran out of grace for you. Insufficient grace. That's why you on my screen trying to find a gracious woman, because you ain't got no grace and the heavens ain't got no grace for you either. Okay? A God-fearing woman, do you fear the Lord? Based off of every time I've seen you, you do not fear the Lord. You do not fear nobody around you. You do not even fear your own mouth and the consequences of your mouth. How you gonna get on my screen and ask for somebody that's gonna fear the Lord? If you fear the Lord, you're gonna be wise. And if you're gonna be wise, you wouldn't need to come and pop the balloon and terrorizing the people of God for the 3rd time. We got to ask for what we are. Okay? You are not gracious. You have no style. You do not fear the Lord. What makes you think that the heavens gonna reward you with a gracious and God-fearing, stylish woman? What in God's name makes you feel like you can ask for that and have that be given unto you?
Just not my type physically.
Okay. And what makes him not your type?
Probably the height, even though I'm short, but I usually don't Just the height.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how tall are you?
I'm 5 foot.
Okay. Brian, how tall are you?
5'7".
5'7". Okay. Cool. Now, is she someone that's your type?
Definitely. Definitely.
Thank you.
Definitely. It's a shame you popped on me.
Is we lying? Is we lying? Is the truth of God in us? Is we lying? You is 5'7". Her heel this long. Did this her heel? Her heel is this long. This much. This her heel at most. If she gonna be 5 feet, okay, and she gonna add this much of her heel, and you and her gonna see eye to eye, both of y'all down to earth, how you gonna be 5'7"? Are you carrying the 3 times that you've been on my screen? Like, are you adding the 3 times in inches of all the times you've been on my screen terrorizing the people of God? Are we rounding? Am I legally blind? Because I could be. Maybe that's just what it is. But who lying? Who lying? Where is the extra 3 and where is the extra 3 inches that you're adding to yourself coming from? Okay? Who lying? Who is lying?
You know, and you say only because of height?
Only because of height, because you look good. I like your eyes, your
Okay.
skin tone.
All right.
Yeah.
So what's the fixation with the height?
Just because I'm just so small and little, I want someone just big. If that makes sense.
Okay. You want somebody to tower over you?
Okay.
Is that what it is?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
And just like that, he starts with the arguments. Just right there, he starts with the arguments. And the first girl, she didn't lie. This man is not an ugly man. He's not an ugly man at all. At all. But like any human being, man or woman, you become unattractive the more you spew hate, the more you spew just like terror. And right then, literally the first person, right then, he gonna start with the back and forth. I miss when men used to go unheard. You know what I'm saying? Like when men used to bottle their feelings and they done went on to glory and we ain't knew what they was thinking. I miss those days. Speak your truth, be yourself. We normalize that too much in men. I'm sorry. We've normalized that too much in men that I'm hearing your thoughts on everything and it's a problem. It's a problem. Right then and there, he gonna start with the arguments. You can't debate people on their preference, especially if when they relate to you their preference, they're not rude, they're not demeaning, they're not disrespectful about it. You cannot argue people down. What's the fixation? It's just what I like. It's all right. You could find you somebody that ain't got no problem with height. I married somebody that ain't that tall. I ain't got no problem with height. It was always important to me to find somebody that was going to love me, respect, and honor me. I found that in a man that ain't 6'2", that ain't 6 nothing. It's not a problem to me, and it's not a problem to so many other women in the world. Do not let media fool y'all. Short men, they be getting the girlies. They do. But it be the short man that got character. It be the short man that got confidence. It be the short man that ain't gonna be sitting over here trying to like tootsie roll and gyrate and just like compete with you. It don't be that. The dudes that be funny, the dudes that be confident, the dudes that be kind. They getting the girlies regardless of the height, regardless of how much, money they be making, regardless of like, status and fame. They getting the girlies because of integrity. They getting the girlies because of kindness. They getting the girlies because of manners, respect, honor, integrity, and all of those things. And Mr. Brian, with your perfect match of a book, you ain't got neither. Choose ye to date the battle. You know? If you're gonna be down to earth, be generous in personality. Okay? If me and you gonna see eye to eye, be kind. Be kind for the people of God. But just right then and there, you have already started. What's with the fixation? This is not a pop quiz. Okay, thank you very much. You my type, but I'm sorry it didn't work out. Next. Because if you notice, the other girlies, they're yet to pop. But I guarantee you, the more he keeps talking, all them gonna pop eventually. Because again, if me and you gonna see eye to eye, and then me and you gonna have to exchange words, immediately no. Immediately no.
I'm Alicia and I'm 29.
And Alicia, what do you do?
I'm a content creator.
And why did you end up popping your balloon?
I think we're both vets to the show. I've seen you on the show. I do think you're a little strict for me. I do tend to date taller guys. And we've just had some interesting interactions on the internet. I don't know. You're a little spicy on the internet. You've said some not nice things to me, so.
Oh, to you directly?
Yeah, I just feel like it was just after a catch-up or something. We just had an interesting interaction, and I just didn't like the way you handled me on the internet. I thought it was a little rude.
So, Brian, anything you want to say? And is she also someone that's your type?
I mean, she looks good, right? But I think I would pass.
That's fair.
The thing you're speaking about on the internet, you called me sassy in the comments. I really didn't appreciate that. I thought that was disrespectful.
She called you sassy because you are, again, Arlette. Why is this man here? He's 41. Like, no. Why is he here? She called you sassy because you are. And I'm seeing the girl trying to keep it cute, trying to keep it mindful and very demure as to now, have yet another sassy interaction with you. These are the kinds of men that if you get around with them, eventually they're going to silence your voice just because you will be tired of having to argue every single time. These are the kinds of men that eventually they're gonna dim the light behind your eyes. Like, the spark in her eye, you're not gonna have no more spark because you'll be tired of arguing and going back and forth with the men that you guys to see eye to eye. Both y'all down to earth. And this man is so willing to drag you to the mud every time he gonna get a chance. Even when you're not even looking for an argument, this man is ready to argue you down. These are the kinds of men that when they get together with you, they're gonna suck the joy, the laughter, and the joy up out of you. So I see this girl again, trying to keep it cute, trying to keep it mindful, like, okay, I don't want to have any other sassy interaction with you. I'm just going to say interesting. I'm just going to be like, I'm going to keep it cute. And here come Arlette. Well, what do you have to say for that? Ma'am, he going to have a lot to say. Stop subjecting these women to this terrorist of a man. Is she your type? Yes or nah? And then he going to be like, well, she kid, I'm going to pass. Okay, let's move on. Giving him more of a platform so he can go back and forth on these girlies. Yes, it's 100% his fault. Yes, it's 100% his lack of integrity. However, come a period, Arlette, why are we still giving him the platform? And when we have him on the platform, why are we still trying to get those little moments to embarrass the other girlies? That's not cool. No.
Okay. Right? And I said something back to you, and that was pretty much it, really. But I think you're moving a little too fast. I really don't think you're here for love, to be honest with you. Last time you said you had your homegirl with you on the episode.
You're promoting
I really don't think y'all was really.
You came out and basically promoted your book, so I thought that was a little interesting as well. But I am here for love. You're not my type.
I doubt that.
Thank
baby.
you.
I doubt that. But
That's
it's
okay.
Cool.
We're not here
cool.
for you. Mwah.
Let's move on. And why did you end up popping your balloon?
Outside of the height, you said you like to go to lounges, and I'm not big on lounges, so that's ultimately why.
Okay.
Is she someone that's your type?
She's nice.
Thank you.
I would approach her. But, lounges as a deal breaker for you, I don't really understand that, but okay.
Farewell.
Definitely.
Let's go over here.
You could literally say the sky is blue. This man gonna argue. You could say, I like me some oranges. He gonna be mad because why you don't mention the apples? You could literally say like, dang, it's really nice outside. He gonna be mad because like yesterday, it wasn't nice. It was a little cloudy. It was a little gloomy. It rained a little bit and the raindrops done drop on my head. How you not gonna acknowledge that? Everything you say will be used against you in the court of argument with this man. Everything you say will be used against you in the court of argument. That's like, men like this, I fear men like this. Men who do not have the self-control, I fear men like this. I'm not saying this man is abusive. I do not know what this man is. But like the verbal arguments, the verbal punches he wants to get at the women, in my mind, if I was around him, I'd fear that eventually it will get to the actual kung fu. Not saying this man is that. I don't know this man at all. But I'm saying from just like a viewer, watching how much this man is willing to argue. Mind you, the cameras are rolling. So there's no care to at least present with a certain level of like decorum, with a certain level of class, with a certain level of just like, I'm going to show up as a gentleman. He doesn't even seem to care about that. If this is what he's doing in front of the camera, everything you say, it's going to be an argument. This girl says, I'm not big on lounges. Well, that's going to be like, he wanted an argument out of that. The girl kept it cute, but he wanted an argument out of the fact that she don't like lounges. That's why for me, I'd fear a little bit. You know, because unlike the girlies, maybe these girlies are doing it for the sake of just like, we're going to keep it cute. We on TV and we know the double standard. We know how men, if a girl is not prim and proper and they're 1000% respectful, even when women are prim and proper, 1000% respectful, 1000% calm and cute, people online will still find a way to drag women. Men online will still find a way to drag women because that's just the society that we live in. So, right, maybe the girlies are just keeping it cute because, again, the cameras are rolling. You're not going to get me out of my character. You're not going to get me out of my, out of where I'm at. Like, if this where I'm at, you're not finna, you are short. You are down to earth. You're not finna drag me to the mud with you. I'm going to keep it cute. That's not the kind of girl that I am. Which is why, again, I said to me, I would fear. Because if you're going to argue me down over the lounges, I will argue down over the lounges. I will argue you down over the lounges. I have no problem. I will argue you down over the lounges. I am my father's daughter. I will argue you down over any and everything. And because I know the way my mouth is set up, with the men, that's just going to be like, everything we gonna tussle, I will tussle right back at you. And guess what? Eventually, it's my fear. I'm not saying this man is this, but that to me will be something that will go into the back of my mind. Like, he always trying to argue verbally. Eventually, it's gonna turn into kung fu. And while I have mouth for days, I do not have hands. I do not fight. The Lord defends me. Okay, I don't do that. I do not do that at all. But I literally see this being a thing where this man eventually will get a little touchy with you. It's giving that to me a little bit. I'm not saying he is, but the characteristics that he's showing is giving that to me. And I get it. Again, I'm not faulting the girlies. I get it. They're trying to keep it cute. I know for myself, I'm a woman of many words. I will meet you right there. Me and you, we gonna be there. We are already seeing it. We eye to eye. Baby, we gonna be on the, you go low, I will meet you in hell. I will meet you deep in the pits of hell. The girl is a cute, very mindful.
Your name and age.
My name is Chanel and I'm 30.
Chanel, what do you do?
I manage a business, a birth and postpartum business. Thank you.
And why did you end up popping your balloon?
For starters, you had me a little perplexed from seeing you on other episodes. So that was probably the initial thing. And then outside of that, I think you're just a little bit older than my preference. But outside of that, you're very attractive.
Okay. Appreciate that.
And is there anything specific that caught you off guard about him, about other episodes?
Oh no, I like it's just like the interaction, maybe like a little bit of like again perplexed, like a little shocking kind of shock factor with the way that you kind of communicated your desires or your like things that you're not interested in. So, yeah.
Okay.
Now, she's someone that's your type.
She looks good. She looks good. I love the chocolate. I love the shoes. Everything looks good. I love the teeth. You got it
Thank
together.
you so
know,
much.
But get to know me. Ask questions. Don't judge me for past episodes. Don't worry about none of that. Don't worry about what I tell the next woman. Focus on what I tell you.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So you could have been a match, but you didn't pop.
One thing he didn't lie on is that our good sis is fine. Okay? Fine. Beautiful. The child, beautiful woman. But ladies, pay extra attention to how a man talks to the women in his past, to how a man just talks to people, period. Pay extra attention. As a matter of fact, take notes. Think of it as a pop quiz. Take notes. Okay? Gather your data. Collect evidence. Pay extra attention. Oh, don't worry about what I tell to another woman. Worry about what I tell you. No. We just discussed in my last video. If you haven't yet, I'm going to leave it somewhere here. But we just discussed when a man shows you who he is, with the way he treats other women, with the way he talks to other women, with the way he shows up with other women, you would be a dummy to think that you somehow have immunity to that. The same way he gonna talk to other women, eventually that's how he gonna talk to you. You had a good sis out here trying to find all the words in the vocabulary. I was just like perplexed. There was a shock factor that was shocking the shocked of the shockee who was shocked doing the shocking experiment that was globally experimenting the global experiment. All of this, why? Because she had to gyrate and choose her words to avoid ticking him off so he could then get into another argument with her. That kind of gymnastics every day, eventually you're going to run out of vocabulary to call this man sassy. You're going to run out of the vocabulary to do that. And when you do, guess what? He going to talk to you the same way he done talk to everybody in his past. You are not exempt. Your coochie don't flow with milk and honey. It don't. It do not. Your coochie juice, not anointed. Your pum-pum, not tight enough. This man will find a way to loosen you up and drag you to the mud, and he gonna pick every argument every time. So if you see a man do something shady to another woman, believe that. Believe that to be who they are. Because sooner or later, that's exactly what they're gonna be to you. Sooner or later, that's exactly what they're going to do to you. You are not special. I promise you, you're not. To your mama, you might be, but to a trashy, good-for-nothing man, you are not special. You are not special. You are not. Believe what I tell you. No, sir. I'm going to believe the patterns. I'm going to believe the data that I've collected. I'm gonna believe the way you show up, especially when it comes to people that you disagree with, especially when it comes to people you do not like. I'm gonna pay attention to how you show up for them, because one day I'm gonna say something that's gonna piss you off. And when that day comes, I need to know how you gonna talk about me. I need to know how you gonna talk to me. I need to know that. So ladies, as you're going, make sure your heart is in one place, but your brain front and center. Your heart supposed to be the background singer. not the main lead when it comes to falling in love, especially with men like this. You pay extra attention.
And Makara, what do you do?
I'm a therapist.
Nice. And why did you end up popping your balloon?
It's solely just height for me. Height is a big preference for me, so that was just it.
No, we have to ask, how tall are you?
I'm 5'5".
And look at Brian's face. And Brian, now she's someone that's your type.
She's good.
And this how I know Loki, he might be lying about being 5'7". So that don't scream confidence to me about your height, which again, I understand height being a thing where, you know, sometimes women may not want you, but again, it's a lot of women that have men that are not tall. If you look at even statistically speaking, the majority of men are not 6 feet. The majority of men are not over 6 feet. The majority of men are not making all these, like, you know, extra money that they're going to fly anybody. They're going to do it. The majority of men, they're not making that. I don't know if we're just so caught up with media that we're forgetting what the reality actually is of our lives. The average man with baddies, with beautiful women, with generous women, with God-fearing women, all of the things that you describe, you say you wanted in a woman. The majority of men have that. And they're not 6 feet. They're not this tall. They're not. The majority of men, they have beautiful relationships, beautiful lives with women that genuinely love them, with women that genuinely want to take care of them and want to be there for them, want to love on them and do all of the things. Majority of the people are not that. Majority of the men are not over 6 feet. That's just not real. That's just not real life. So if you have maybe a couple of girlies here and there turning you down, it might be the height, but in your case, it's more than the height. And I know you lying about the height because this girl, she was 5'5", okay? And with this much of a heel, her heel is maybe this much. This baby's taller than you. She 5'5" with this much of a heel, and she already taller than you. How? You could be 5'7" on a good day. You know what I'm saying? Because like me personally, on a good day, I could be like 5'2". If I like do my stretches and I just like elongate my neck a little bit, I could be like 5'2" on a good day. It's all right. It's all right. Like I said, the average man is not 6'2". These crazy expectations that we have of like even a man having to be 5'2", it is so much filled with, you know, maybe what we see on social media, which again, is not, social media is not always a true representation of what life actually is. Men under 6 feet, 5'5" men, 5'6" men, 5'7" men, 5'4" men, all kinds of men, they're getting the girlies. Why? Because a lot of them have integrity. A lot of them have respect. A lot of them, they're funny. They're upstanding men. A lot of them, they treat women right. And that's how they end up with the baddies. That's how they end up with beautiful women by their side. Height seems to be such a... the worst thing you could say about this man is his height. And I'm just kind of like, you are short. You are short. Just be short. Like, just be short.
She's good. I just think it's a cop-out, you know? That's the first thing y'all talk about is height. I think it's a cop-out. I think it's an easy thing to say, oh, he's not my height. But if I was up here talking about your weight, if I was up here talking about the weave, the lashes, and everything like that, then it will go
From my head.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. If you feel like I'm less of a man because I'm shorter than the 6 feet,
I
then
didn't say
that's
that.
a
You
problem.
said that. All I said was I didn't like your height for me. That was my
Understand.
preference. That
I
was
get
it.
you. I understand. I mean,
I
it's
wish you
cool,
well,
but I'm
though.
just, it's always what, the second or third one talking about height, so I just want to bring it to the forefront about what's the problem with that, what's the fixation y'all women have with height,
Okay.
preference and all that. Listen, I got enough confidence and enough prosperity to be able to stand taller than the tallest guy in the room. You heard me? But you won't
I
experience
love that for
so,
you. I hope
sure.
somebody experiences that.
For sure. I hear you.
Thank you.
And right there, right there, right there, You are not confident with your height. You are not. To be confident about something means that you see the beauty in whatever that is, and you do not take offense when people even want to make a joke, or when people don't agree with whatever it is, right? I'll give an example. I, like many of us, grew up in an environment where like having Afrocentric features as a woman of a little bit more of a darker complexion, that's not what was viewed as a standard of beauty. In so many cases, that's still not what is viewed as a standard of beauty. I am confident in who I am, and I'm confident in my beauty, that if anybody was to make fun of my nose, my full lips, or my eyes, or my forehead, or my cheeks, or my complexion, it ain't gonna do me no never mind. And if you follow me even on Instagram, half the time I'm making the jokes myself. Right? Like, cause sometimes like I wake up and it's like, if maybe I'm feeling a little bit more bloated, if maybe, I didn't eat properly and I ate things that would like cause inflammation, I will feel inflamed all over my body. And the first thing that I will notice it would be on my nose. One time I was talking about the circumference of my nose. Like, it's not, if you came and made a joke about my nose, it ain't gonna do me no never mind. Because it's not something I view as a fault. It's not something I view as a flaw. It's not something I view that makes me any less beautiful. If anything, I am so beautiful because of my nose, because of my lips, because of my eyes. It all makes sense. The proportions, it all makes sense. Okay? My nose goes with everything. It goes. Like it goes. I'm confident in that. So if somebody mentions my nose, it ain't gonna do me no never mind. Especially if they mention my nose in terms of like just being like, oh, I don't prefer that. Cool. Go somewhere else. Somebody gonna prefer that. Somebody gonna see the beauty in that. That's what confidence will do. Confidence is you loving and accepting yourself, regardless of what the noise is, regardless of what the standard is, regardless of what it is. That to me is what confidence is. But this girl, she never said you're less than a man because of your height. She never said anything. She said, I have a preference and I prefer taller men. And here you go. But it's your wig though. But it's your weight though. But it's all these things though. But it's like, now you just started insulting somebody who didn't even insult you. And then under that same breath, you're going to talk about, oh, I'm confident than any other tall man in the room. Is the confidence in the room with us? Oh, you won't get to experience that. Experience what? Verbal abuse? Insults? Low vibrational behavior? No, sir. Not at all. You are not at all.
So like the other lady said, I have seen you on previous episodes, and I did find it a little distasteful, but I've never met you in person. I wanted to give you a chance. That's why I had it unpopped.
Sis, I love you, but I'm gonna disagree right then and there. Like the other sis, I saw you in previous episodes, and I too found it distasteful. When she found it distasteful, guess what she did? She just popped. Why sometimes do we as women feel like we got to give the benefit of the doubt, that we got to see for our own self, that we got to see with our own eyes? That sometimes can be dangerous. Why? Because whenever you want to see for yourself, you can then end up putting yourself in situations trying to get your curious George on, trying to be curious and see how it's going to be for your own self. And before you know it, your edges done left you. Your edges done gone from here all the way to Galilee. Why do we feel like we got to give men the benefit of the doubt? What is it like? Let's talk honestly. Comment down below. What is it about us women, some of us, that feel like we got to give men the benefit of the doubt, especially when we see how they're talking and dealing with other people? Why? Why your doubt got to come with the benefit? Like, Why your doubt got to come with the benefit? Let it go. Why we got to come with the benefits for the doubt? Can the doubt just stand alone? I had doubts. I'm going to leave my doubts alone. I'm not going to try to add no benefit to it and do the things. That to me can be dangerous. Very dangerous. And guess what? Your leading of the doubt led to you. Right then and there, you seen for yourself. Ladies, every time you want to see for yourself, you will see for yourself. And unlike this one right here, where they're on a show, you know, we just talking. Some of y'all be wanting to see for yourself in real time, and y'all will enter in relations with men that are like this. And then as you're seeing in real time, sometimes a lot of damage has already been caused. Sometimes a lot of harm has already been caused. Why? Because you ain't want to believe that what you saw or what you heard or what the other people experienced or experimented with this guy is going to be the same with you. Let me just see a little bit. Why? Why we be doing that? Especially when it comes to something as intimate and as, you know, vulnerable as dating. It's one thing like, oh, somebody writes a bad review of a restaurant and you're like, the pictures look good, the vibes are giving. Let me just go ahead and see for myself. That's one thing. It's a restaurant. It's some food. For the most part, it might be non-consequential. Your heart is not. When it comes to your heart, when it comes to emotional, safety, when it comes to dealing with men, it don't be non-consequential. Sometimes we just want to see certain things for the plot. Why? Now, I'm glad she popped finally. But her reasoning of like, hey, you know, I saw you speak to other women and it was distasteful, but I still wanted to see for myself. That is the reasoning I find to be very dangerous. Very.
But then I witnessed it for myself. The same distaste I kind of saw in the last episodes. To be specific, I guess I'll say, I think you say you're very confident, but when somebody brings up height, you get very defensive, which is not indicative of confidence. And so for me, I wanted to hear you out because I did have a prefixed judgment of you, but I wanted to hear you out. And then that interaction kind of confirmed what I prejudged. So
she ate down. When she said that's not indicative of confidence, she ate down. Because even when the women brought up like the height conversation, it wasn't as in like, I just find you so unattractive because you're short. They literally said it in terms of like, you know, I prefer somebody a little taller because I'm already tall, or I just like somebody that's gonna, you know, maybe just like hug up on me. Not at all disrespectful, but you're not confident with your height, which again, that's a problem that you need to go ahead and take it up to the Lord, okay? Go ahead and find you a therapist and work through that. Work through that on your own time instead of terrorizing the people of God. She ate down with that. I will say though, sometimes judge. Like, it's a book in the Bible called Judges. Sometimes you got to judge. I'm sorry. Sometimes you got to judge the people of God. Sometimes. Only God can judge us. Yes. Only God gonna be the fair judge. But that don't mean I ain't gonna judge you. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm created in his image. Okay? And I'm trying to be Christ-like. If he gonna judge, I'm gonna judge. Okay? And you should judge. Or I have preconceived judgment that I wanted to see. No. Where there is judgment, let there be judgment. That comes from the book of Bennystake, chapter 6, verse 9. Because that's today's date. Where there is judgment, let there be judgment. If Christ gonna judge, you judge. You supposed to be Christ-like. Judge. Okay? Judge. God gonna be the fair judge, but that don't mean the rest of y'all can't judge. You walk in a room and things not making sense, judge. You see a man talking crazy to other women, judge. Pre-judge, post-judge, currently judge. Okay, do a judgment in your savings, read the book of Judges. But whatever you guys to do as a woman of God, you guys to judge just like Christ gonna judge. Okay? Judge.
Oh.
Okay.
All right. Now, she's someone that's your type.
She's good. She's definitely a catch.
Thank you.
But, you know, I think he was wrong with that. You know, the fixation height that y'all women have, that's a
Don't
problem.
say y'all. I never spoke on your height.
You just spoke on the height.
No, I never spoke on
just
your
spoke
height.
on the height.
I never spoke on your height. I said what you did on your previous episodes was distasteful to me, but I wanted to give you a chance to come out here and interact with you myself. I actually wanted to answer one of your questions, which is why I had my balloon unpopped. But you got, I won't say sassy. You got defensive with her. And I didn't appreciate that, and I feel like you were like that on the previous episodes, and I saw it in real life.
That's not you. That's a whole nother woman.
Not only are you down to earth in terms of your height, you are also not that bright. Like the elevator don't even make it that far, huh? It's just like, it ain't even that many floors. I don't understand why the elevator still clocks somewhere in the middle, because it ain't made it up here. And it only had to travel about 5 feet. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, if it's at least, you know, we're talking like CN Tower, I could understand why the elevator might not make it to the top. It's a lot of ways to go. You and the earth are one. You and the earth are one. Down to earth. Like, so I don't understand why the elevator is just kind of like, woo, and then it just stops right here. Everything the Lord touches be prospering. So I don't know if the Lord done laid hands on you as of yet. Right? Because the elevator is going up, but it's stopping at your mouth. It's not even making it up here, processing some things before it could come down, descend, and make it out of your mouth. I have seen a pair of slots. Okay? I've seen a pair of slots. I've seen a pair of slots be a little bit more faster than this. It's just, Lord have mercy. Where did she lose you? Perfect match. Where did she lose you? Where? And ladies, when you keep your judgment at the back door, this what happens. This what happens when y'all want to leave the judgment at the back side. Or I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt. My doubt going to have the benefit. It's going to have some taxes. It's going to have some fees. It's going to have some shipping. I'm just going to add so much benefit to my doubt because I'm a good person. I'm going to do the things. This what happens. You kept it real cute. I'm not going to call you sassy. I'm not going to do this. And somehow it just flew over his head. You didn't speak of his height. You didn't say anything bad about his height. You made an observation. When height is brought about, you get a little defensive. What he said, you women, you females, you always fixated on the fixation. Why? What happened to your benefit? The benefit that came with your doubts, what happened to it? Did it help you? My sisters judge. Everywhere you go, judge. Judge Judy, Judge Mathis, all kinds of judge. Judge. Eh? Judge.
So you a girl's girl?
Define girls, girl.
Or you a girl's girl? You know
Define
exactly what that means.
No, define girls, girl.
You're a girl's girl.
Define
so when you're a
girls, girl.
That kind of mean you would choose a woman before you choose a man. That's what that would mean.
Yes.
You would? Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, let's move on. Let's go down here. Your name and age.
Y'all gonna get it today.
Hi, I'm Shaylin, and I'm 30.
Y'all gonna get it today. Y'all gonna get it today. I'll let you guys gave him way too much platform and way too much mic time for him to say all that. Oh, you a girl's girl? Yes, I am, eh? Cause y'all be grabbing y'all boys by the ball sack and just like staying right there. The way men be supporting other men in their nonsense. I'm talking about just like trumpet blowing. Low vibrational. Yes, girls, girl. You treat another girl poorly, you're not gonna get a chance to do that to me. You're not. And then all they're gonna be like, okay, let's move on. After he said all that. After he said all that. After y'all invited him on a platform to do the very same thing he's done over and over again. I have to ask y'all why. Like, no. Y'all gonna get it today. Like, he came today with the sole purpose of terrorizing people, of terrorizing women, of being disrespectful, talking about people's wigs, talking about, even though nobody insulted him, he came with the purpose of insulting. But he did not come by force. He came by invitation, by y'all's invitation. So I have to ask y'all why.
I'm a nursing student.
And so why did you end up popping your balloon?
I'm copping out. It's because you're short.
Okay.
And I don't like men that argue with women. All that going back and forth is crazy.
Okay. No problem. Okay.
Is she someone that's your type?
She's nice. She'll catch. But then again, she's a girl's girl.
Keep
You're a
it
follower.
cute. Keep it cute.
You're a follower, love.
Keep it cute,
You
buddy.
aren't about what I'm telling the next woman. You're a follower.
Here you go, arguing
Worry
with
about
women
what I tell
again.
you.
That's
It's really
crazy.
not about being argumentative. It's about really letting you women know what's the deal on a national television show, YouTube.
We're not
right?
interested. It's okay.
It's all
Just
good.
take
You
it
don't
to
have
the
to be
chin.
interested,
Move
but you're
on.
going to listen to what I got to tell you after
Let's
you
move
say
on.
what
Let's
you
move
said,
on.
right?
Let's move on. Let's move on.
Hi, I'm Ty. I'm 27.
How you doing?
Ty, what do you do?
I'm an entrepreneur. I'm the owner of Fat Bar. I'm a lash tech. I do everything esthetician field, basically.
Okay.
And why did you end up popping your balloon?
It's the height. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah,
No
for me.
problem. No problem. It's all good.
Is she someone that's your type?
Not really, you know what I mean? But she's good. You know what I mean? She's all right. You know, I don't really like the weave. I don't like the lashes. I don't really like all that.
So what's the difference?
I like to
with
keep
the
it
height
natural.
thing?
You know.
What's the difference?
What's the difference with what?
Of a girl saying she don't want you for your height, and then you don't want
It's
me
just
'cause I
it's just
got
the
weave
same
and
fixation
lashes?
that y'all use in every episode.
So
That's
it's the
really
same
all it's
fixation
about.
of
I don't really
lash
care
and
about
weave.
how
Next.
I don't
Thank
really
you.
I don't really care about the height thing. I really
Next.
don't
Thank
because
you.
I'm confident about that.
Let's
but
move on.
you know,
So he can have a preference. Okay, he can have a preference. You guys come out here just like you look when you roll out of bed. Okay, don't put no mascara. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't brush no hair. Don't put your wig on. Like, don't do none of that. He can have that as a preference. That's not a problem. But whatever it is that you prefer for yourself, you cannot voice it, even in the most respectful way. You cannot voice that. It's the high for me. I'm sorry. Here comes the argument. Here comes the, well, you know, your wig. I don't like the wig. Okay. You don't like the wig, so I'm not for you. I don't like your height, so you're not for me. We keep it cute, like the other girl said. And she was like, she was standing to show like, yep, I'm gonna cop out. It's your height. I'm gonna cop out. I'm gonna say it's your height. Since that's gonna get you even more, more agitated, I'm just gonna do this right here. That's my girl, because that's what I would have been did. And I would have said a little bit more too. Okay? A little bit more. A little bit more. But I love, she said, yep, You think it's a cop out? I'm copping all the way out. You is show. You and the earth are one. Equally yoked, connected. Okay? Connected. That's my girl. That's my girl.
Your name and age.
My name is LaPortia and I'm 30.
You said LaPortia?
Yes.
Okay. And LaPortia, what do you do?
I have a lot of trades. I'm a veteran. I'm a cosmetologist. I have a CDL and I just finished school for cybersecurity.
Well, thank you for your service.
Thank you.
And why did you end up popping your balloon?
I'm not interested.
And what is it, may I ask?
I don't really want to have an argument with you. I just don't like the way you speak to other women.
There we go again. A girl's girl.
It's fine.
A girl's
Thank
girl.
you.
I don't really like the box eyebrows.
Okay.
So
They're not for you.
But you know, they definitely
They're
not for me, baby.
Exactly.
This man is exhausting. And Arlette, I'm annoyed at you. I'm not gonna lie. I'm annoyed. Because we keep having to say, well, let's move on. Let's move on. We should have been moved on. We should have been moved on with never allowing him on the platform again. And then he gonna be like, the box eyebrows. But then the videographer gonna zoom in. Like, Arlette, y'all subjected these women to this. Like, y'all really did. I'm sorry. Y'all subjected them to this. And I will say, every single woman in that lineup, way out of his league. Just like vibes alone, way out of his leagues. Respect alone, way out of his league. Composure alone, way out of his league. So when people be talking about how, women are the most emotional, do y'all be seeing your fellow men? I'm talking about this man is on his period, postpartum, and in labor simultaneously. That's how much he be crashing out every single time. Every time. Every single one of these women out of his league. Every single one.
My name is Annalicious. I'm 28 years old, and I work for Dynasty Financial Services.
Okay.
And why did you end up popping your balloon?
So I've listened to all these people. If I was your woman by your side, I'm kind of getting cringed. I'm getting scared. My heart rate is going up. So I'm just, baby, stop. So I just had to pop. Sorry.
No, you don't have to say sorry, baby.
Is she someone that's your type?
Not really. But where you from?
I popped.
Not really. She's not really my type, no. She's another follower, a girl's girl, so
But
I
one
don't
thing,
think
you
that's
look
good.
beautiful.
Thank
I
you.
love the style, the fit,
Thank you.
snatched.
Thank you.
So you did a
Thank
good
you.
job, and you work out. So it shows that you're dedicated to being a hard worker.
For sure. I appreciate that. Thank you.
No. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Again, the women kept it cute. If it was my man, I'd be afraid, I'd be scared. Just letting you know that you're doing too much. Without even mentioning your height, without doing all these things. Well, he came back, well, you're not my type. You a follower, this, that, and the third. Literally looked at the camera. You a follower, you not my type. Ready to go in at the insults. Ready to go in with the insults. Why did you come back with the compliment, sis? Why? I'm married. I'm married. But sometimes when I watch these episodes, I just wish I'd be on the lineup a little bit. A little bit. Why we followed it up with he looked good? Why? Absolutely not. Even if you think he looked good, which I don't disagree that he looked good. He's not a bad looking man. But why did you this man was already ready to insult, and you saw him insult all these other women, come for all these other women, make remarks at all these other women. So you felt uncomfortable, yet you followed it up with praise for him. Why? I will give you keeping it cute and demure. But the praise to follow it, no ma'am. No ma'am. I'm married. I'm married. I'm married. And one, this is not a show I would ever go on. But in an hypothetical scenario that I wasn't married and I was like young, like early 20s, things like that, because I'm getting old, my back hurting me, my knees hurting, like I don't got the time. Ooh, I would have loved to be to be on this lineup. I would have loved to be on this lineup. You are sassy, I'll meet you there. You're petty, right there. Like, how low can you go? Can you take it down low? Like, ah! That's it on me. That's it on me, you guys. If you haven't yet, please go ahead and subscribe. Turn on the notification bell so that you always know when I upload. Arlette, you guys shouldn't have had him on the platform. And I'm gonna take my own advice. Even next time that you guys have him, I'm not gonna react to the video. I know it doesn't do you no never mind, but at least I gotta stand on my own principles. Cause this man don't deserve any more airtime. At least on my side of the internet, it's followed with insults because I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you come correct, I will come correct. Y'all have watched my reviews. For the men that have come out here acting right, y'all remember Oba? I don't know if they done made it, but like Oba with the girl that, she had like a low cut. They were talking about bachata. That will always and forever be my favorite episode of Pop the Balloon. And it's on my channel. I'm going to leave it somewhere up here. It's on my channel. Okay? But if you come Tootsie Rolling, I'm going to gyrate. I'm going to gyrate every time. Go to my Instagram at bennystake and see how crazy we get over there. Yeah, now? But I'm not going to do that again. I'm not going, if this man is on this platform again, which I hope he's not, because not for nothing, jokes aside, these women, they don't deserve to be subject to that. And this was the first person to come out in the lineup. Like, you're already nervous. You're already maybe trying to feel like, okay, do I look good? Like, you already have so many things happening in your mind. The last thing you want is this right here. This is the last thing you want. And then I'll let you like, let's move on. Let's move on. We should have been moved on. We should have been moved on from this guy. When we keep having him back, I have to ask why. I do. Okay, I do. So if he's back again, I know he's going to have a viral moment. I'm saying this live. I'm not going to react to it just because you're just not worth the time. Okay? So if you haven't yet, please go ahead and subscribe. Turn on the notification bell so that you always know when I upload. I'm going to go ahead and see you guys on the next one. Bye, Z's.